Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our time of storytelling and testimonies. I believe deeply in the power of a story and the power that stories have on us to move us forward. And God uses our story to show his faithfulness. And I have two of the most amazing people online here, Kenny and Becky Green. And they have escaped into their bedroom to escape all chaos in their home and some quiet time. But Kenny and Becky, thank you for joining us. And wow, what an amazing journey God has taken you both in and through individually and now together. So who kind of wants to start, and where do we start?
Let's start. Wow. So I'm not sure where you want me to start. I mean, I could start at the beginning with trauma and brokenness, and I had an addiction issue. But my story really begins when I got to Hangtown Haven, completely broken, homeless at the bottom, in every way. And I got an invitation to come to Green Valley Church, which, you were the pastor of then, on Easter.
Mm.
And there's a tradition there of doing these Easter stories and showing redemption, and it was really, really powerful. And that was the beginning of my journey. I got a chance to, learn to, dance with the limp, so to speak.
Yeah.
And, got into serving there, even though I was homeless, got into God showing me all the things I had to offer and all the opportunities and just opening doors. And when Hangtown Haven closed, a couple of the people in the church offered me a home. And then somebody else stepped up and I got a great job. I work for actually Marty Robinson that you interviewed a few weeks ago. And I've been his service writer for 6.5 years.
Oh, you run his business. You run his business. Let's just admit it.
I run half of his business. He's got 2 shops now. But and just the blessings there, and really got a chance to grow. Met my husband when we were homeless, and saw what a party God can throw. My goodness, our wedding was the most spectacular event ever, I think. And I don't say that braggingly, because we had very little invested it. We were able to invest in it, but the community came together and through a wedding that any princess would be jealous of.
Yeah, let me interrupt you there. I got to be a part of it, and I say this everywhere I go to speak. I have done hundreds of weddings, and some have been very well, I don't know what the word is. I don't remember them. But this one is the most memorable wedding I've ever been a part of. And if you could just picture a wedding where you have a group of people attending who were part of this homeless camp and part of this community of people, getting back up on their feet, and the other group of people who had helped Kenny and Becky and who were part of the church community, and they just mingled perfect. It was just one community. It wasn't divided. It was just everyone coming together to celebrate you two and God's faithfulness in that. It's the best wedding I've ever been a part of.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
And Becky, you were beautiful, and Kenny was all right. So, it's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, he tells me regularly about how you drug him out, and that's the only reason he showed up. So
He was pretty nervous.
Only because you wouldn't let me kiss her.
Yeah, that's true. It is amazing. Yeah, that's right. I had to stop you. You can't kiss the bride until it's the right moment, and you were being a little rebellious.
You stopped me 3 times.
So you mentioned Hangtown Haven, and that was kind of a camp, an outdoor camp for people that were experiencing homelessness. And you two met there, right? Is that where you guys met?
Well, we met at the Community Resource Center about 2 months before Hangtown Haven. Before we started building Hangtown Haven.
Yeah.
that you guys both kind of became leaders in that camp, kind of helping others. I mean, when you needed a lot of help, you guys decided at that point you also wanted to help others. I think that's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, you have to, in order to help yourself, you have to dig deep down inside yourself. And to do that and share that with others and see how it affects their lives and helps them pull out of a situation, that helps you more than reading books or hearing other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question, and maybe just pick one or two things. What changed for you guys? You probably went into that camp and you got into a situation that anyone could get into. And what kind of got you out of that? Because you guys are thriving in our community and serving others, but what was the turning point?
I think it's when the church really came alongside of us, and we had mentors all along the way. And where one mentor might fall off or step back, there was another mentor. So we just kept having these people that were walking alongside us and giving us kind of a roadmap, or lamps, I guess, to follow. I guess that's a good way of putting it. There was just always an army out there, and it'd be just the next general to follow, or the next person to kind of follow and learn a lesson from. We didn't get all of our lessons in one place or for one person, but many people in the church and came alongside us and offered us, a helping hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, being homeless was the easy part, but there was always this light. And your curiosity gets you. You help people, you know what not to do, you know what's right and wrong, but that light at the end of the tunnel, the curiosity, you have to keep going toward. You've got to see what it's about. And when I lived in the shelters before the homeless camp, that's what got me to see the light. And then, of course, I was asked to help build the camp and then help run the camp. That just made the light brighter. And then Green Valley was one of my homes that I lived in before the camp. And that was like the vessel the light came out of for me. The music, believe it or not. Yeah. Your speaking was part of it, but the music, I get so much from the music.
Yeah.
That's how God talks to me, through the music. And the music kept telling me, keep reaching out, keep pulling forward, keep helping others. And I knew that by doing that, I would be helping me. It soothes my wounds. That's
well,
what
Kenny, I knew that. So I'm going to sing you a song right now because I knew that was your love. I'm kidding. I'm
I was going to say, I think we dropped the call.
Yeah. It's a bad internet connection. So people, I am relentless with this verse in the Bible from 2 Corinthians, just relentless, because what you guys just described is what a Live 58 church is. What a church, a community of believers who don't judge, who walk alongside people that are in need, and the miracles that happen with that. Because 2 Corinthians says, with the same comfort God has given us, then we turn that around and he has us comfort others. And that's the church, and you're the church, and now you are comforting others with your story and also with your service. And that's, in a nutshell, if somebody was to make me describe the church, I'd say, well, you could describe it a million different ways, but that's really what it's about. I
learned by going to church at Green Valley and listening to you speak. You used to speak a lot about the least of these. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're here to take care of the least of these. And to me, we are still and always will be the least of these, because when you think you're not, yep, you forget where you came from.
Mm. Wow. Wow, that's true.
We share everything we have because there are always people that have less. But we're rich because of the communities that we live in and the people that we know.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Well, thank you guys. That was strong. That was strong. Thank you, Pastor Kenny, Pastor Becky. Thank you guys.
Whatever.
Hey, I can't thank you enough because I want to end on that. What Kenny said, we're always the least of these, and in that setting, God allows us to help others, and it's a huge blessing. So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Love
Love you
you.
too. Bye.